All right, hello wine drinking people, we're back. It's Friday, May 14th. That's right, we're taking down that Gras de Rose tonight, back to 1928. But what do I have to sell you today? We are promoting an event that is a week from tonight here at the store. And as I mentioned yesterday, this event is actually a vintage Brunello tasting. It was on the calendar as a 2005 Brunello tasting. Sorry, my era. All the wines will be up there today that we're serving, the actual wines, along with the menu. Brunello di Montalcino, as you know, is one of my favorite wines. We just did a 2005 tasting a few weeks ago. The impression of those wines still fresh in my mouth. We just sent out my favorite wine that I've had from the 2004 vintage, the Castello di Romitorio Riserva 2004, which is killer. If you didn't see that, check it out in the previous offers section on the website. We still have a little bit of that left. I'm socking away a few six-packs for myself, I can tell you that. And a week from today, we're going to be serving you Brunellos that are at least 10 years of age. Brunello is a wine that is held for 5 years before it's released. The Reserva's 6 years, an extra year. So this is a wine that's held for a very long time regardless. In great vintages, Brunello needs even more time in the cellar to reach its peak mature drinking years, which most producers will tell you 10, 15 years, although a good friend Vincenzo Abruzzese says he makes Brunello that will outlive you, that will last you your entire lifetime. When he puts Madonna del Piano on his label, that's his reserve wine, single vineyard, this is a wine that you can keep for the rest of your life, and it will be drinkable. He guarantees that. Okay, well, we are going to be serving Madonna del Piano. We've got 10 Brunellos, all 10 years or older. Starting with the 1999 vintage, we've got 1999 Val di Cava, Normale. We don't want to call it regular. Vincenzo does not like that. A great vintage, one that's starting to show very nicely. We have Gianni Brunelli, a very small producer. This is a restaurateur from Montalcino, and he has got a very nice wine. This 99 showing a little better, I think, maybe than the Val di Cava is. Val di Cava still needs a little more time. The 1998 vintage, a vintage that's drinking very nice right now. Maybe not as highly regarded as some of the other vintages on the table, but always a crowd favorite when we show the 98s in a lineup. We're showing the Canalicchio di Sopra 1998, and then a little 97, the 97 Donna Olga. This wine is outstanding, also a showstopper. This one almost always steals the show when we have it open. Of course, a little Madonna del Piano, the 1996 vintage, maybe one of the lesser vintages on the table, but Vincenzo does not make this wine unless it's outstanding, and the 1996 Madonna is outstanding and very typical of what you get. The terroir in this wine really stands out. Okay, and then the 1995 Frigiali, 1995 to me, one of the greatest vintages in the 90s, and one that still has got a lot of legs behind it. And then we're showing a little Sugaril Pievra Santa Resta Tutta from that vintage. That wine rocks. We just have a little bit of that left in the store. But you know, when I get a great bottle of wine, the first thing I think about is, how can I put on a tasting to drink this? And I've drank quite a few bottles of this 95 Sugaril. 1994, kind of an underwhelming vintage, but a great producer, Canalicchio di Sopra. And then 1993 Renina, the other single vintage from Gaia, Renina and Sugaril, both will be represented. And then all the way back to 1977. That's right, folks, Bionda Santi, the very first Brunello producer. We'll have the 77 on the table. Not a great vintage, but I got 3 bottles, so I figured why not open one up and see if it's still good. All right, and that's what we got for you. Tony's got a lovely menu planned for this, so check it out on today's email, wrapping things up for the week. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasone, on WineWatch TV, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.